Hey, hello everybody. This is Carlos Jimenez, Procurement Vice President for LFS. Welcome to our podcast. The idea of this space is to share with you some industry information, news related to each of our products and our industry. And I'm going to have here with me every day on every podcast Alejandro Arboleda, Susana Montero, and Andres Escobar, our product managers for each of our company products, LTL, full trucks, and intermodal drayage. And the idea is to share with you again, industry news and also what's happening with each of our products, our performance for the past days, and what's new, what are we working on in order to make each of our products better. So, hi guys, welcome everybody, welcome to the podcast. Susana, ladies first. Let's start with the LTL.
Thank you, Carlos. Hi, everyone. I want to start with a news that I read about Saya recently.
Okay.
It talks about how they grew in revenue just a little bit. However, it does indicate that they decreased on the OR for about 2 points. And
was this the sorry, Susana? Was this the past month? Was this September, October?
Was actually the last quarter. In the results of the last quarter. So the operational income did increase in 21.7%. That's impressive. And they achieved this just by tweaking a little bit their pricing, taking advantage of what was happening in the industry. And they also had a strategic...
we felt that.
Yeah, we did. They have a strategic driving capacity outside the company, using a few of their agents in truckload. So that was a strategy that they were implementing before COVID. However, it helped them a lot in the last few months. Yeah. So
And have you heard about any other LTL carriers doing this or improving their operational ratio on this time?
Of course, we have received a few income increases from our carriers. This is mostly done because of the capacity, and mostly in California, as everybody knows. But luckily, we had a really good partner, that is UPS, that never increased rates. So that has been very helpful for us this past quarter.
Okay, awesome, great. Okay, yeah. And what can you tell us about your product? What have you been working on these past days, and what performance information can you share with us?
Of course. So I wanted to relate the news with Saya, with what we were working on the last quarter as well, regarding the pricing. So about June, not the last quarter, but from June, we separated our pricing on shipments that were less than 5,000 pounds and shipments that are greater than 5,000 pounds. And
right.
We did a different strategy, which in the last 4 months, it has been an excellent improvement. We have grown in regards to 2019 in about 12% average. But in the last 2 months,
yes. Sorry to interrupt you. Could you explain to the company why did we do that? Why did we split the pricing between freight smaller than 5,000 pounds and greater than 5,000 pounds?
Of course. So LTL is pretty much considered everything that is less than 7,000 pounds. However, we got really good contracts that we could take advantage between 7,000 and maybe 50,000, 20,000. So we knew there's a better average sell price in those areas, maybe growing from 5,000. So we wanted to take advantage of our contracts, and we wanted to win those shipments that have a really good sell price, and sell it a little bit more competitive and grow in volume, but also grow in profit. So, and that's actually what we saw in the last quarter.
Yeah, and assuming it helps the average ticket of the company as well, right?
Of course, it does. It does. If you see it, the last quarter we had an average sell price of 1,054 USD only in shipments that are greater than 5,000, and it also the strategy also helped in shipments that are less than 5,000. And
That's good.
actually, we had a last ticket of 5,000 in about 305. That's an average of 91% in sell ticket. So that's good.
That's good. That's pretty impressive. That's almost truckload average ticket now for LTL now, and at a greater margin. So that's
Yeah.
great. Great to know.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if you compare it to last year, our biggest number in what I call volume shipment, that is actually 5,000 to 15,000, was 391. And this month we hit the 479 shipments with the average sale price that I just told you about. And that is our greatest number yet. So that's good news for the company and good news for the product as well.
Awesome. That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share with us on the LTL?
Well, I also wanted to mention that maybe there's a little bit of confusion when we see the margin. We know that margins for less than 5,000 pounds should be between 16 and 19, and our sell margin, of course, is in 18.78, and our sell margin for shipments greater than 5,000 is in 14.88. So that's a pretty good sell margin, and it looks like everything's working out. And I also wanted to mention our co-workers and colleagues from operations. I know this has been a hard month, but we wanted to tell you that we appreciate your work and we know you're doing everything to keep the product afloat. So thank you very much.
Nice of you. Thank you so much. And you've done all of these now. You and your team have done all of this without a rating engine. Now, imagine what you can do when David Nunez brings you a rating engine.
Hopefully, shout out to David.
All right. Okay, Susie. Anything else?
No, that will be all, Carlos. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, who's next? We're going to have Alejandro Arboleda from our intermodal and drayage division. So, Alejandro, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share with you a couple of news of what's going on with the economy in the U.S. and also what's going on with the product, drayage, and where we're aiming to be. So yeah, pretty quick, some numbers that we had in September in most of the main ports, most of them hitting records in TEUs handle. For those who don't know what a TEU means, is 20 equivalent units. That's how the ports and RAM measure their volume, how many 20s do they handle. So yeah, as I was saying, there was a lot of records all over the US, starting with Long Beach and LA port, number 1 and number 2 ports in the US. They had almost 900,000 TEUs handled in September. On the last quarter, on Q3, they had 2.7 million containers handled, almost 1 million per month. That is just impressive for what is going on right now in all over the U.S. and how we're recovering after the first COVID wave.
And is that Alejandro? Is that combined? I mean, import and export.
Yeah, that's the total for the port. Total TEU is handled either way. For imports, they have a total of 4,072,000 TEUs. It was an increase of 17% over September 2019. So that's the most impressive with what's going on with the imports right now. But right now, what is touching bells everywhere. That is like ringing in everyone's mind, in all the ports, in all the managers, is the imbalance that we currently have with exports and imports. Just for Long Beach, exports were 130,000 TEUs, which means from the almost 900,000 containers they handled, more than 300,000 containers were returned empty to China. So there's nothing going out, and that's what we're aiming, or what we're looking at the next elections, seeing what the next president is going to do with this imbalance in commerce, because it's not looking good, at least not in the West Coast, due to all this China and U.S. commerce war they have right now.
Even after all the restrictions from President Trump on China, and all the times that he and his government have mentioned now the imbalance that exists between the U.S.-China economies. Now this is still a thing now. I don't think it's gonna happen in the near future. Right? It's gonna change, right?
Yeah, and it's not going to change fast. I think the war with China will keep at least for the next year and a half. I don't know. But it's not looking good. At least not a clear future. What's going on with this imbalance? Yeah. Nothing coming out. Nothing going on right now. Pretty quick about other ports. Just to mention all the records. We just have the New York, New Jersey numbers, second largest port in the U.S. for August. We don't have September's data right now. They are a little slow releasing this data, but they handle almost 700,000 TEUs in August, a total of 4.6 million in the total of the year, January to August, which is a 7.1 increase in imports over 2019. We're still low in exports. We don't have that imbalance with what is coming to the East Coast, pretty much with Europe, but we're still seeing more imports than export right now in all the West Coast as well, in East Coast as well, sorry. Another numbers, Seattle also hitting record numbers, 300,000 containers or TEUs handled in September. This port is still going very low, not even close to 2019 numbers, but at least he's having record numbers for September. That is pretty much a slow month.
Yeah.
Savannah also having a record month in TEUs of more than 400,000 containers on September. It was an increase of almost 12,000 over 2019, September 2019, and so on. We can keep going. Houston have record numbers. Oakland have record numbers. Everybody's having record numbers. We have a lot of imports coming in. So that's what we're trying to be in Dryers, trying to get, of course, not handling that number of containers, but getting more customers to trust our service, because changing pretty quick, and I don't know how to call it. It was pretty fast, the change. I'm going to the news of the product. What we're seeing in September and August are record numbers. September and October, record numbers in both revenue, profit. But what we are more happy to share with everybody in the company is when the previous 6 months, from when the pandemic started in March through August, we have an average of 33 customers buying our product, our dry ash product.
Okay.
Right now, in August of September, we're having an average of 45 customers, which means a 40% increase on customers trusting our product, trusting what we do. So that's what we're glad, and that's what we really want to share with you, with everybody in the company.
That's good to know. Great. And I'm assuming now you're working with the sales team on getting all these customers on board.
Yeah, of course. We have opened some channels in Teams, both some meetings that we have, some trainings that we have done, and also a dedicated channel in Teams for rates that cannot go online due to being long hauls, being specialized equipment, out of gauge containers. But we were keeping pretty in contact with sales, so they know exactly what's going on, what we do every week with the online rates update, because right now that's like kind of the huge change we have done in the last 2 months. We changed the process for those online rates. We're using all the data for the last 3 months to update the current rates on a weekly basis, so we can keep pace with what's going on the market. Even though dryage is not as sensitive as full truckloads to the changes on the market, we are still starting to see some increases on rates in Chicago, New York, LA, some congestion fee going on. So we're trying to keep pace on it and trying to update our rates properly, so our customer can always get a competitive rate, but a rate that will ensure that we provide the best service possible.
Great to know. Thank you, Alejandro. Is there anything else that you'd like to add on the dryage side?
Yeah, I just thanked the carrier sales team, Matthew. He's been doing a great job training Angie. Angie's doing great. She's just been with us for 1 month, and she's doing great. So thank you to both of them, because we're really getting dryage to another level with our carriers, getting these relationships going on, and trying to get the priority we need for these carriers to provide us. Even though we don't get too much rush orders, what we're getting, we have been able to cover them. So I'm pretty glad of my team right now.
That's great. I know, intermodal, it's like kind of our baby product, right? So it's something that we're working on now. The whole structure and getting it together so we can launch it, hopefully with the new TMS and the new front end. Now it's going to be out there, then it's going to be out and loud now for every customer who's quoting, who wants to quote intermodal or competing with our truckload now. So you're going to be a tremendous competitor for Andres Escobar now on with your intermodal containers now, especially on the spot business and for those freight forwarder customers that are always looking for cheaper rates now. But is there anything that you want to mention there? I've seen those emails that you've been sending now with some lanes now, and I've seen some potential savings of $1,000, $2,000 on some of the lanes now. It's incredible that I don't know if our customers are aware of these kind of savings now that they could actually have access if they start using the intermodal service.
Yeah, definitely. This email that I've been sending on a weekly basis to marketing, so they can update the landing page, so our customers or new customer or prospect customers can get to see our FTL and intermodal rates and compare them. It's also being shared with sales. And sales is pretty well aware of what is going on with intermodal, to always offer intermodal when offering an FTL that is moving on these lanes. Of course, we cannot include all lanes on this landing page,
right?
But they also have access to Loadex, and we're really working with IT to connect Norfolk Southern and Union Pacific via API, so everybody can get to those rates more accurately than what we're doing right now, and be able to offer to our customers. As you mentioned, it is our baby right now. We're working on it. We see a great opportunity in this. We have a pretty good carriers, good vendors that thanks to Jim, Kansas BP, we were able to set account with them. So we're doing good. Intermodal is not looking good right now in on-time delivery services. There is a lot of delays going on, but the savings are worth it. So I invite every sales rep to offer this option to our customers. It's really cost saving. It's a pretty safe transport mode. And finally, I would like to thank Maddie in Kansas office. She's been really supporting the intermodal product right now. She's bringing us some shipments, like almost 6, 7 per month. So it's pretty good for a start, but we really need to get moving with this product.
That's great. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks, Alejandro. Okay. So let's move on with our full truckload product now. So our manager, Andres Escobar. Hey, Andres, how are you?
Yeah, hi. How Carlos? How you doing? The best for the last, I guess, right?
I don't know. Let's let the numbers talk. So, what do you want to share with us?
First of all, I want to talk about the industry. At
Okay.
the moment, FTL industry is pretty constrained. We're having a lot of issues at the moment. I just
Yes,
want
it
to
is.
bring you guys some reports. The first of them is the DAT report on the drive and spot rates. They increased 36.7%, so which means $1.8
So
per mile.
they increased from when to when?
In June, they were in $1.80
Oh,
rate per
okay,
mile,
okay,
and the first week in October was $2.46. It's
okay.
a huge bump. That's just the spot market, which the low is supposed to be lower. In the contract rates, it increased to 14.1, which is a big bump as well. It went from 1.99 to 2.27 on the same period. So the rates are going up. It's affecting the market. September was the second straight month where the rates hit a record high on show, and it's showing how constrained is the capacity in the market at the moment. Uh, Regarding this, well, the capacity, I just want to talk to you with you guys. Why is this happening? So
Okay.
among the industry, there's some analysts that are bringing three factors that are affecting the availability at the moment. The first of them is that the drivers are staying at home because they want to avoid the risk of getting the virus. This COVID situation, some people say it's the post-COVID season, but it's coming back. It has never left. So drivers are staying home. They're just waiting for the benefits of the unemployment payouts, just on the safe side. They just don't want to take risk. And we need to take in account that most of the drivers in the United States are in over the 50s. I'm talking about the age. So yeah, they are in the risky era.
Right.
In the second part, the drugs and alcohol violations is an important factor we need to take in account. All the carriers now are required since January to check on drug alcohol violations before hiring any new drivers. In this part, Freightways reported that 30,000 drivers failed drug tests so far. So that's a
30,
huge amount.
thirty
Uh,
thousand.
30,000, correct. They have failed the drug test so far. Also, there's a lower efficiency at the CDL driving schools. That means that the schools with this COVID situation, they're not open. They're limited, and they're not too much capacity for drivers to get trained to start working on in the industry itself.
Right.
So if we combine the three factors, the COVID, the CDL driving schools, and the drug and alcohol violations, there's a decline of at least 100,000 available drivers in the market.
Wow.
So yeah, you can imagine how it makes for us to find drivers in a daily basis. So it's kind of harsh. It's kind of harsh.
So we have less drivers, more freight.
It is. At the moment, that's the panorama. This is how it works. Uh, Actually, the result of these obstacles decrease the active truck utilization. So in the rates, the low truck demand and the load rates in 2019 also forced many carriers to park portions of their fleet, because 2019 was, well, in 2018 we have a bump, the rates went up as well. 2018
Right.
was a decrease again, and now the 2020 is going up. So if the spot rates continue to climb, the drivers will re-enter the market, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna good for us. It's gonna be more capacity, but we need to wait. Well, it's something that we need to wait, that is happening at the moment, and maybe it's gonna help us. There's some research that is forecasting that the active truck utilization will increase if they see a recovery in the industrial and energy sectors for the 2021. So that's gonna help us. That's gonna help us.
Awesome. Good to know. So, is there anything you want to share with us on your product specifically?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. based on this capacity situation, we decided to establish some policies, and we did some modification to our quoting system.
Okay.
From now, on the systems online, the online rates, they're valid only with a lead time of 48 hours. So if our customers need something for the same day or within 24 hours, they need to go directly to the account representative. So it's gonna be something that's gonna be developed in teamwork between sales and procurement, because with these new policies, we created a chat similar to the one Alejandro was talking before. So in this chat, we're gonna be taking account on this specific hot situations, hot shipments that can help us to bump the margins. It's gonna help us to get better rates, better sales. So it's gonna help us as well to avoid problems and situations with the lead time when the customers start to plan in a timely manner.
Right.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good in a lot of terms.
It's going to give you time to find capacity now.
Yeah, exactly,
Within
exactly.
our cost expectations. So
Exactly. Also, I want to talk procurement wise. We're building. We did some split on the zones. Like
Okay.
from August, we split the team, the career sales, in different zones of the United States and Mexico. So that's gonna help us a lot to understand the strengths and focus on where we can make the difference. Because the guys are gonna be developing some relationship with the carriers that specifically focus in the corridors or the common lanes that they run, and it's gonna be good for us to understand where we can really obtain good margins and develop good relationships.
Awesome. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Andres. Now, if there's anything else that you'd like to add, if not,
Maybe yes. I want to talk about the margins.
okay.
Actually, today I was reading something in Freight Waves that the big players was showing the margin of the big players of the industry for the Q3, for the third quarter, and it was showing that, for example, CH Robinson was in 12.6 and JB Hunt was incredibly in 7.6. So if we take an average, like considering the big ones, CH Robinson, Landstar, JB Hunt, XPO, the average between all the big players is 12.7. The margin we obtained in October in truckload, not taking account brand tag, truckload, other customers, was over 12 as well. So that's a good scenario for us at the moment. So we say it has been challenging a period, but we're not doing that bad.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good to know. It's good to know that. Thank you so much, Andres.
Yeah,
And
no
thank
problem,
you, guys.
Carlos.
Okay. So, well, yeah, I guess this is it for our first podcast. And thanks everybody for listening, taking the time to listen to this. It's a little bit long. Hopefully, next one is going to be shorter. But we wanted to share with you some information of what we've been working on here at Procurement, at each of your products, of our company products, and what's going on with the industry. So hopefully everybody's going to enjoy it. And if you have some ideas to share with us, please let us know. Now we're all ears. Now we want to get this done correctly and nice now and useful for the company. And this is the way that we thought it was the best way to share with you now what we're doing on procurement again now. So thanks to everybody, to all the different teams that have helped our procurement team to get things done. And we'll be sending a new podcast to everybody in a few days. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Alejandro, Andres. Bye, guys.